Hi friends, welcome to the farm. Today we're going to be preserving herbs, both in practical ways and really pretty ways.
Okay, herbs. Why are we doing herbs now?
I have a bunch of herbs that are ready. I have the main ones are mint, oregano, and lemon balm. They're at their perfect stage. And the hard part is I miss this a lot of years. I get so busy doing all the other garden stuff, I forget about the herbs, and then next thing you know, they're flowering. And I think you can still use them when they're flowering, but they're supposed to be more flavorful before they flower. So they're right at the perfect time.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ready to go.
He thinks about herbs all the time. Today I hope to harvest mint and oregano. And I want to freeze dry them. That's the main way I preserve herbs. It keeps the flavor, the color, I just love it. But I have 5 trays in the freeze dryer, so I have to figure how many herbs I can get on those 5 trays. But then I also mentioned pretty. I want to harvest some and preserve them in a pretty way. Any guesses how that's going to be?
So is that why I'm sitting here?
Yes, you have a job to do. We put these beautiful beams up on our ceiling in our kitchen. And a couple of you even said, oh, I need some herbs or flowers hanging there. And I already thought about that ahead of time. But now I got to figure out how to hang them up there. What's the best way to do it with the beams we have?
Okay, when we put the beams up, I knew you were going to want to put something on. I'm just not sure what. So I knew this was coming, okay? So do I have carte blanche on how the hanging method, how this works? Can I do anything I want?
You can come up with a plan and then I'll approve it. But yeah, pretty much. I mean, I just need some suggestions how to get them up there. And probably so I can take them down fairly easily, you know? So.
All right. Well, I think I have a pretty good idea. You'll stick around and see if you think it works.
I'm anxious to see. Well, before I can preserve the herbs, I have to harvest them. And today, we have some serious winds outside, so I'm hoping I can harvest them without them blowing away. So come on out to the garden and see if I can actually get them in the baskets without them taking off. Could be a challenge. I told you it was windy. I wasn't kidding, was I? This is insane. So this whole bed is oregano. I probably won't be able to harvest all of it, but I'm going to harvest a good bit. And I know there's a couple different kinds, but I can't remember what they are. But they all smell amazing. So they're definitely at their peak. They smell wonderful. So I'm going to get a good basket full and we're going to harvest. I'm going to preserve them. Don't want to preserve this though. That's a thistle. Get that out of there.
You know what I hate about the wind?
What do you hate?
My hair blows into my eyes all the time.
You're funny. Yeah, I'm used to short hair. I'm not used to this long stuff getting in the way. I don't know how long it's going to last. We'll see. This is the mint, and I have mountain mint and regular mint. I'm going to do just the regular stuff today. The mountain's still growing a little bit more. I'm going to do it in about a week or so, but I'm going to get a bunch of this beautiful mint. Oh boy, does it smell good. It smells heavenly. I love mint tea. This is a good smelling job. So we're back in out of the wind. The longest of the mint, I'm not going to wash because I'm probably not going to use them. They're just going to be for decoration. So I'm just bunching them, getting them ready to hang. The ones I'm going to freeze dry, I'm going to rinse off, put through the salad spinner, let dry it a wee bit, and then get them in the freeze dryer. So,
okay, for folks that don't see your farm stand or whatever, they're thinking, salad spinner? Or that's a salad spinner? Are you crazy? What is that?
I've sold salad greens at the farm stand. We'd bring in, you know, dish pan after dish pan full of salad greens. It takes a lot to wash them. So this comes in very handy. You know, I use it for all kinds of things, but it's really good for these herbs because they're long and they're big. So, but I'm going to throw the mint, and I'm actually going to take off most, if there's like big stems on the bottom, I'm going to take off the big stem. But then I'm going to try to freeze dry them on the stems. I watched, what's her name, from Homestead. She freeze dried lemon balm on the stem and then just After it was freeze-dried, I just held this down and it all just broke right off. So I'm going to see if that works. Fingers crossed. But first I got to get rinsed off, just make sure there's no bugs or dirt or whatever. There's no pesticides because we're organic, but there could be dust and bugs. So I'll get it cleaned off and get it in the freeze dryer. This is very handy, but it does make quite a bit of noise when you're running it. Donnie didn't like it because it always woke him up when I would be spinning out the salad greens. But it really gets cranking. They make like electric ones, but And see, there's a tube that comes out the bottom. All the water drains out the bottom down the sink. So it is very handy. I usually give it 2 or 3 spins and shake it in between. And then I'm going to lay it out on a towel on the table, and I'll go through it and pick out any yucky leaves and some big stems before I put it in the freeze dryer. Well, I tried reshuffling it around. Just like a washer can get off balance, this can get off balance. So I kind of spread it a little bit, see if it's a little more steady, but still be crazy. Still a lot of water coming out.
Thing really works.
It really works.
You might have to include the brand or the whatever.
I'll put a link below where I got it, from the restaurant stores where I got it. Okay, now I'm gonna lay it out in a towel, let it air dry a little bit before I put it in the freeze dryer trays. Then I gotta do the oregano too. So, I'm tired.
What you up to now?
I'm just breaking off some of the biggest parts of the stems, things I don't need to freeze dry. Leaving a little enough so I can hold on to it to crunch it like she did.
Okay.
We'll find out if that works or if it's a flop.
Yeah.
But this will let them air dry a little bit before I put them in the trays. And I'm looking for any damaged or diseased leaves. Or if there's any thistles mixed in with it. I found one.
Yeah. Hey, I was just thinking, you know, we get comments from time to time. People who say, hey, they always like it when I ask questions. I wonder how many people were saying, Don, ask her about the salad spinner. What is that huge thing? Ask her. Come on.
Look, a black-eyed Susan mixed in with my mint.
Oh my goodness.
So it's out there somewhere. I'll have to find that. Move it.
How much crazy stuff do you have in there? Everything you grow is legal, right?
So far. As far as I know. This is really mint.
Okay, so I have a picture of the first one that you loaded. What's the trick to the way you load these trays? It looks like an awful lot on there.
Yeah, this is different than I usually do it. This is how Kaylee, that was her name, Kaylee from Homestead did it. And ideally, things are supposed to be level with the tray, but she just shoved hers in there and did them. So I'm going to see what happens.
Okay.
I'm taking her lead and see if it works. But I can get one more tray of mint, and I'll have 2 trays of oregano, I think. And I realized I want to start using more mints in the chickens' nesting boxes, and mint is one they say to use for mites or whatever, I don't know, but it'll smell good. But I want to go, some of the ones I'm hanging, I'm going to dry and use in the chicken nesting boxes. Because I have way more out there than I can use. But I'll freeze dry a couple batches over the next few days because I want to have lots of mint tea. But I also want it for the chickens.
So you know that begs the question.
What?
The chickens, do chickens smell?
I don't know, but I do. Their nests will smell better to me.
Oh, that's good enough reason, I guess.
Well, I've been putting lavender in their nests since we got them. They say it's supposed to calm them down, help them lay more. I don't know.
Well, wait a minute. I don't even get lavender on my bed.
You don't lay eggs.
Oh.
And you don't stink like the chickens can start to stink, so.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check on them in a little bit. I have 4 that are broody. I'm trying to break them. I had them in prison for a couple days. And I actually put them in cold water this morning, trying to bring their temperature down to get them to stop being broody. I'll have to see if they're back on the nest, if they have to go back to jail, or if they can stay out. But they were naughty, naughty chickens.
So you had one in jail. What did she do to get in jail?
Oh, the one that was in jail by herself?
Yeah.
She was broody like the others, and I put her in prison with 2 other broody chickens. She pecked all the feathers out of one's head. I saw her pecking the other one on the head and pecking her feathers out. So she's in a separate prison by herself.
I know.
It's more like a bully prison.
You don't like to see your chickens fighting.
No, no bullies allowed in my coop.
But that's kind of the pecking order thing.
I know, but with pecking the feathers right out of her head, that's a little bit extreme. And they had to be in prison, so it's like I couldn't have them in there together. She was going to completely destroy the other one.
Okay.
So I had to separate them. The bully got all by herself.
Well, there you go. You have your whole pile almost done.
Yeah, I think that'll be enough for another tray, you think? And then I'll do 2 trays of oregano and see how it goes. And I'll probably do more of each. I missed the oregano all totally last year. I never got any oregano. They had already flowered and they really didn't have any smell or taste. So I'm getting oregano this year because I use a lot of oregano.
So I've been working on my plan for the hanging rack. So
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be ready to start installing them soon.
You got a genius plan there ready to go?
Absolutely. I just need to get them, you know, certified and approved by the board.
You always come through. Anytime I ask for something, you come up with amazing ideas, and they always pan out perfectly. I mean, just look at the wood beams. That turned out amazing.
Well, you said you wanted to approve the plan. So.
I'll approve it, but I'm pretty sure it'll be good.
All right.
I have faith in you.
All right.
Okay,
Good.
so 3 trays of mint. Now I'll get rid of this extra and get ready for oregano.
Okay, you're ready for the next phase of the project? I think I am. Okay, here's the problem or the situation. Brenda has all these beautiful herbs, and can have flowers, many other things in the future, and she'd like to be able to hang them from up above. What I didn't want to do was to constantly be putting up hooks in the ceiling, taking them down, moving them, bigger hooks, smaller hooks. I want something that's flexible that she can use and interchange whatever she wants to hang from the ceiling. So I came up with the idea of putting black iron pipe on 2 sides. One on this side with the big table, and the other side closer with the kitchen and probably right in front of the stove. Maybe if she's cooking, you reach up, you can take some herbs or whatever down, you know, and if not, it'll just look great. And she'll have total flexibility how to use it. So now I went to the store and I bought some 3/4 inch black iron pipe, and in order to install it here, I have elbows, and what I got, I'm going to have to take this one apart to install it anyway. So it's a 3/4 inch elbow, and this is what they call a street elbow. Normally if you get elbows in black iron pipe, it has 2 female sides. Well, this is a street elbow with the male on the other side, which I need to be able to go into the floor plate. In this case, we're mounting it on the ceiling, and it will support the black iron pipe. Though complicating work, being an old man, I strained my left shoulder working on some farm equipment this last week, so it's going to be a little bit harder working over your shoulder. Older guys, you know what I'm talking about. So I had to be smart about this because I can't have the thing hanging with one arm like I could when I was in my 30s. So what I'm going to do is take the street elbow off. I'm going to go ahead and mount the one plate right on, and I can put the street elbow back on, and I can screw the black iron pipe in, and then with some gentle support on the other side, I'll be able to measure it properly and go ahead and install it up into the joist beam. So I had to be a little smarter in my 60s than if I was my 20s or 30s. I'd have powered through it any way I could. So here we go. Let's go ahead and install it. I'm going to get Brenda to help me with it to make sure I don't lose any of my equipment first, and then to help hold the pipe in place. All right, through the magic of editing, boom, the second one goes up. That way you don't have to watch 2 seniors, one with a broom and one with a bum shoulder, installing these iron pipes. But this is a 5 foot on this side where the kitchen is because it's not as wide. The other side is 7 foot, and they have similar distance. So I measured them. I think Brenda and I, you know, she said that was good enough, and I wanted to measure. And but anyway, they're up. I think they're going to work good. Now, what's next, Brenda? You need to prepare.
I get to hang my herbs on the pipes.
All right, this is the fun part now.
This is the fun part. Got my handy dandy hooks from Amazon. Just put one end through the rubber band, the little end. Save the big end to go over this big pipe. And voila. Hanging herbs. This is cool. Now eventually I hope to have more flowers here. Especially the lavender. The lavender's just, some of them are just starting to bloom. So I'll be putting a bunch of that up. And maybe
so they'll not only look cool, but they will smell awesome in here.
Right now I'm smelling mint and oregano.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a really cool look. I'm excited. Now I'll get them up there, then I'll have to space them out so they look great.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So everybody has different tastes and style. And you know, there's a lot of modern farmhouses out there now. They're really clean, sleek lines and very like minimalism.
That's not me.
No, I know, you've gone the other way. You know, I like a lot of different styles. I think that has its place and looks cool.
How even are they?
But, okay, the question for you now is,
yeah.
Is more always better, or is there a time and place, like if you put too much stuff in here, too much stuff hanging, too many things, too many antiques, is that a problem?
It just has to be too much for me. And you.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think I have too much yet. Now there is one place we're talking about putting up a little pipe. There's a little board. We thought about putting, because we have a leftover piece of pipe. Don't you think we ought to use it? Hate to let it go to waste.
I don't know. We might be at the perfect place where we're finished with everything.
Oh, I don't know.
And if we do any more, it might be too much.
Can't waste a piece of pipe. Got to put it up.
I think I'm going to lose this one. What do you think?
So. That's cool.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. So I noticed those have tags on them. Where did you get those little tags? I like the color.
These are ones I dried before, and when things are dried, they kind of look similar. Like this is oregano, and this is mint. They look very similar. I just want to make sure I didn't get mixed up what they were. So I can
you
see.
take one down and give me a close-up of what
here.
the tags look like? Huh, cool.
Yeah.
I think they look neat too.
Oh, kind of, yeah. But yeah, some they're just green herbs. Sometimes they can look very similar. So that's so I don't get mixed up. So now tomorrow, I'll get the other ones out of the freeze dryer and we'll see how they look.
Okay. Well, they sound crisp. Did the freeze dryer work?
Yes, and Kaylee's right. They come off so much easier when they're freeze dried. I mean, they just break right off. And the stem, for the most part, holds together.
Well, what did you do before?
Well, before you freeze dry it, you take all the leaves off, which can be a pain in the butt to try to get the leaves off. And I was wondering, you know, how much of the oil do you squeeze out as you're trying to pull the leaves off and mess with it? I don't know. I might do another batch pulling the leaves off, at least with a couple of them, and just see which I like better. But this is much easier. The leaves just crumble right off, you know, and you're left with the stem. And then I'll just reach in later and squish them all up in little pieces. And if there's any stems, I'll just pull them out. So this is nice. Now let me see if it works with oregano too. It works with mint, I know that. I'll get the mint out of here. Mint. Okay, here's the oregano.
Well, I can't see the oregano. It's all hidden.
Oops, sorry. Look, it works. The leaves just crumble off, and you're left with the stem.
Let's get a close-up action shot here.
And oregano especially is hard to get off the stem because they're such little leaves. Like they're a little piece of stem foam, and I'll just pull that out, you know? But it works. This is nice. Because it is hard to get the stuff off the stems for herbs. So I'll get these all off and see how much I end up with.
All right, we'll come back later.
All right. So for freeze-dried herbs, I ended up with half a quart of mint and half a pint of oregano. I think I'm going to do another batch so I can get the jars completely filled.
That's really space efficient. I was surprised how
it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it goes down nothing. And I actually vacuum seal all my herbs. They're in glass jars, vacuum sealed with a jar sealer. So they stay very, very, very fresh.
Yeah, so that worked pretty good?
Yes, it does. It does. I had a little problem with the regular mouth because you have to put an insert in, but I just didn't have my gasket in right.
Is there a battery in there or something? How's
Yeah,
that?
it's rechargeable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you recharge it.
Good.
But it's just push a button.
Yeah.
And it's sucking the air out of the jar. So it's very handy.
All right.
But I'm excited.
So question for you.
Yes.
Usually we do these inside projects in the winter. And now we're into full gardening season and other. Does this mean that we're now finished with inside projects for the year?
Unless I think of something else. Speaking of which, do you think he did the 3-foot section where I wanted it? Yeah, he's a sweetheart. He does whatever I want.
You're right.
So now I have 3 places to dry things. And we hung lavender on that one. It's right at the stairs. You walk down the stairs, you smell lavender. And it's lavender from last year.
I don't always notice stuff like that, but I did this.
Yeah,
It
it's
really
amazing.
is
Smell.
impactful. It's
Maybe
good.
we should have one on every beam filled with lavender.
And it looks good. I was a little concerned that maybe the door would bang into it, but it doesn't.
Yeah, and I'll make sure the herbs are short enough that they're not going to interfere with the door.
Yeah.
So we will be just fine.
It's a good call.
Yeah, I like it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So thanks for joining us as we preserve some herbs, and we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.